was actually a priest who asked about that, wasn't it?
We're going live. Be quiet.
Here we go.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to a special edition of Tunnel Vision. I hope this works. We haven't tried something like this before. We're going to do it now. We actually have one more person online. I'm going to try to add him while we're watching the game. I'll put him in my square. But I'm Ryan Abraham, publisher of USCFootball.com. And right now we have Gerard Martinez is over there. Shotgun Spratling's over there. And Keely Yours over there. And then Chris Trevino will be in the ether here somewhere. We'll bring him in. So today was supposed to be the day that USC's spring game, the spring showcase, was supposed to happen. So it was on my calendar, kind of depressing. And we thought maybe we'll get some USC fans together and have a little watch party. Now, my original plan was to watch on the Pac-12 network USC versus Notre Dame 1978. I think I either got the dates wrong or they moved it. I think the game is actually tomorrow at noon. So we're going to watch the YouTube version of this classic USC Notre Dame game. This was a stacked USC football team. I don't think I've seen the game all the way through. I'm sure any of you guys seen the game or?
Nope. I know nothing about this game besides the photo you tweeted out, which was the final score, Ryan. So spoiler alert.
Well, it was from 1978. So
but I was trying to go in blind.
Okay. Well, I wasn't going to show a game that USC lost, so you know that there's
okay.
And it's pretty exciting of what's going on. But some huge names. Joe Montana, if you might have heard of that guy, he played in the game. USC had two Heisman Trophy winners on that team, Marcus Allen and Charles White. Apparently, someone wrote that all 22 of USC starters end up playing in the NFL from this game, which is kind of crazy.
Wow.
But 37 overall from the roster. Like Marcus Allen was, he wasn't he wasn't a featured guy. He won the Heisman in '81, so a few years later. So, Ronnie Lott. There's a lot of dudes on this squad. So I don't know. I thought it'd be kind of fun for us to sort of watch it together since all of us haven't seen it. I know there's a lot of USC fans that have been around a long time that have, that know this game really well. None of us really do. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to try out. What do you guys think?
I'm just trying to find a roster for this so I know who some of these players are when I see them because, we're going to see a bunch of numbers and not know it because obviously USC's jerseys do not have the names on the back of them. So I'm actually looking right now to see if I can find a roster so I can keep up with some of the people in this game as well, besides the ones they tell us about in the broadcast version.
Keely, how are we doing on
That's a good call, Chucky.
Yeah. Keely, how are we doing on are people commenting? Can they hear everyone okay? Or are we?
I think it's good. I checked for echo and I don't think we have an echo, which is good. So.
All right. Excellent. I was going to try to put up the social media comments. I don't know if that's working. I'm going to try that again. But why don't we let's start the show, and then hopefully the screen doesn't get screwed up. I'm going to try to add Chris in here too. Let me turn off the auto live thing, and then we'll get going. I'll turn off auto live. Yes. Okay. So I'll be able to play with this a little bit in the background. But let's start watching USC Notre Dame. This is the ABC broadcast, I believe.
Trojans beat the Irish 20-17.
Oh, wow.
1966, again, the Coliseum final game of the year. Again, the national championship possible for Notre Dame. The Irish did not miss this time. Coley O'Brien, an unsuspecting star. Throwing here to Jim Seymour, the Irish romp 51-0. 1970 in the mud. The Trojans won the war. But Joe Theismann, Irish quarterback, won a fair share of praise.
Am I supposed to see something?
526 yards, 2 touchdowns.
No, doing the radio.
By a score
Reaction.
1972, USC team still considered one of the best ever. National champions, 12 wins in a row. Anthony Davis, starting his run into Trojan history, flew 97 yards with the opening kickoff. On this day, Anthony Davis scored 6 touchdowns. USC had a romp, 45-23, and Ara Parsekian blanched as he walked from the Coliseum, recalling that Davis was only a sophomore.
I can only imagine
In
it.
1974, Anthony Davis one more time. One of the most remarkable football games ever. Notre Dame leading 24-6 at halftime. The second half opened with a 102-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Davis. And the floodgates were open. Southern California scored 35 points in the third quarter. In just 17 minutes of the second half, USC scored 49 points. And they won the football game going away by a score of 55-24.
All right, I'm going to try to bring in Chris here. Chris took my spot. Say hi to everybody.
What's up, everybody?
Super enthusiastic, Chris.
Full
there we
name
go.
as always for Chris.
Look at these graphics. How awesome is that?
Ooh. Oh, wow. This is exciting.
Oh, good song girl uniforms there with the red stripes.
Oh.
College football today from Memorial Stadium in Los Angeles. USC and Notre Dame, two great teams, two great traditions. You'll see two fine young quarterbacks. Joe Montana of the Irish, Paul McDonald of USC. Irish beginning to make their entrance into the Coliseum. They go down into that particular end zone because that is where most of the Notre Dame partisans are located, and there are a lot of them out here, and they make a lot of noise. Notre Dame will be wearing.
What do you guys think of these uniforms?
Dan Devine and the assistant coaches coming right out with them.
I'm always amazed by the huge shoulder pads. They're just so big.
Neck rolls are awesome too when you get those.
Those are Gerard Martinez shoulder
I don't even
pads.
know if he had neck room.
This is a much more of a hoppy
That Drummond?
entrance for both teams. You know, both teams hopping out instead of running out of the tunnel.
Yeah, it seems a little less intense. They're kind of just like, yeah, we're playing football. We're here. Instead of like, you know, I'm intimidated by you.
That's what happens when players are 100 pounds less than they are nowadays.
True. Justin on YouTube says Keely is probably freaking out about how old school this is. I am. This is old school.
How many targeting calls are we going to see?
Oh, good question.
Oh, look how they did the intros.
Some good hair here. Good hair, guys. I mean,
The
Fro
70s,
mode
man.
is
It's all
ready
the
to
same
go.
hair.
The best part is, after the first drive of the game, none of those hair, none of those afros looked that same shape.
Shotgun can talk about this because he did have an afro. I saw the photo.
We have a fullback sighting, guys.
What are those? I don't remember those.
250 pounds. Pat Howell at guard, 255. The center, Ray Peters, the young man we mentioned, 225. Brad Buddy, 253, a junior. Keith Van Horn, 250-pounder.
Man, 225 center? Wow.
At 225 pounds.
Keith Van Horn, not the basketball player.
When they go into a double tight end. It's Charles White's first carry of the ball game, and the young man who holds all of the Southern California and Pac-10.
What'll be interesting is how often
Golden starter from California.
Oh, good point too there, Gerard. It'll be interesting how often that they do the pitch, the student body left, student body right, pitch into the boundary. There's very little room when you run a pitch play like that, and that's just getting your guys out in front and blocking and creating holes instead of just using better athleticism.
Out of the traditional I formation, Charles White is hit behind the line of scrimmage. California. Opening offensive possession, no score in the ball game. And McDonald to throw it. Giving it away to White.
They didn't have the little like CG box. Oh, well, now they do.
Interesting to see the.
But like, I don't like the time left in the game went off. They didn't do that until like later, right?
Yeah, like I was watching. Here, I'll switch back. I was watching some of these classic NCAA games that they were showing, like the first round of the tournament, and like not having the score at the bottom of the screen is like a big deal. And like they didn't do that all the time. Like you didn't know what the score was.
Did you just like keep track at home or something? Like down in distance?
Yeah, I guess. Joe Montana. The collars are awesome.
Oh, the
good,
wing.
good
Look
look.
at the wing.
Will carry the burden of fullback in the first series here. Evans is not in for the first series.
I forgot to make myself live, but I was talking there.
And Ferguson cutting it into the middle is across the 25 to about the 26.
It was basically like a wingback look there.
For the Fighting Irish in the offensive line, Rob Martinovich at tackle. He's 256. Jim Hockman is at 243 pounds.
This is the line?
Center, Dave Huffman, 245 pounds. Younger brother Tim Huffman.
Well, Brad Buddy's All-American, and he was like 255 in college.
And Brendinger is hurt.
Yeah, there were multiple Notre
I
Dame
haven't heard of
linemen.
the linemen on either team.
There at the tight end position.
They're all 250 something. There's nobody that I've heard is 260.
Dimmler, Sperling on the defensive front. Those are the down linemen. Linebackers are Johnson, Gray, Cobb, McGrew, the secondary.
Ricky Gray, that's Ricky Ellison's. That's Ricky Ellison, Kevin Ellison's dad.
Dennis Smith and Ronnie Lott back there in the backfield, defensive backfield.
Back to throw. Passes away. Passes incomplete intended for Chris Haynes. Favorite at Notre Dame. He goes in the books tied with.
Gosh, it almost looked like that play. He rolled out to
Dwight Clark.
White. Who was the tight end he threw to?
Dwight Clark.
49ers? Dwight Clark?
2 degrees, very comfortable. Second offensive
Yeah.
position.
It kind of looked like that.
Look at the stance on the tight end before the motion there.
McDonald gives to White. And White cuts it up the middle for a couple of yards on the carry. Call it second down, 8 from the 30.
Cheers in the sprinter stance.
Yeah, that's interesting.
He's across the 35 to the
Forgot that McDonald was a lefty. You know, a lot of swing passes already to Charles White. Get him in open space.
Yeah.
eye back. White spins over the right
Keely had a request to turn the game volume up. I tried that. Hopefully, is it a little louder now?
40-yard line.
I can't tell. I mean, I'm trying to get the people's requests in.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, over the middle, wide open.
Just inside the Notre Dame 39-yard line. Fullback Kane spins to the 36. Second down and 8, just outside the 36 of Notre Dame. McDonald sets the throw. Good protection. Goes.
That's
Sideline pattern, and Kramer comes out now to check on Sweeney.
All right. Let's get some Chris commentary.
White on the right sideline, to the bottom of the picture.
Serena,
White
what you
coming
got?
The same direction. McDonald back to throw. He's under some pressure. Now he has some room.
Is he still listening?
Ball down and pick.
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
That time he
I've never watched a football
quite a
game
while. Years
prior to
apart now by
2000.
King.
This is
Three
weird.
Irish coming. It's the knuckleball rolling around, and it is
He's just taking it all in.
Notre Dame back
The
on
commentary sounds like
Here we go
1920s
down
radio.
Notre Dame has the ball.
Dude, that's
I
Keith
just feel like-
Jackson.
12-yard line. First
Oh my God. Sorry, Keith.
Keely, you're gonna get crushed. If you
No,
guys
no,
want
no,
to,
no.
if you want to
I'm
crush
not saying
Keely
it's-
for
I'm
complaining
not
about
saying
Keith
it's a bad
Jackson,
thing. I was not complaining. I just
We
the
have the
style,
first faux pas.
the tone. No, that was
so
not
that was
complaining. I
Keely
love
Orr.
Keith
Follow her on
Jackson.
Twitter at Keely is my name. Talking trash about Keith Jackson, the announcer. So just send her your hate mails, whatever you
No,
need.
I was not saying it's a bad thing, Ryan. Don't start something.
He's at his back. Not a whole lot, but what there is at his back. Out of the end zone, he hits it at the goal line.
I wanted to try to put up the
Raymond Butler
comments on
top.
YouTube, but for some reason that's not working. So a little too much complication all at once. So sorry about that.
Very good field
But Keely, if you want to read off some of the interesting ones.
Yeah, Jacob says, do you think they tackled in practice back then, Ryan?
Yes.
And White's
Coley White says, how much was a
Yeah.
ticket?
give him second down and 8.
Oh, speaking of
47.
our buddy Coley,
Sweeney and Williams, two speed burners, double
Um,
wide left.
I'll put myself back on.
White against Whittington out of London.
Coley, I got 2 packages from you in the mail. He sent me like 5 packages now, so more Notre Dame milk chocolate or chocolate from Coley. So
Wow.
I ate the other ones. This one I'll keep in the office. These I'll keep in the office for Keely and Shotgun. Keely, can you have like dark chocolate?
I can't.
All right. So I will not eat
I don't
these.
like it, but I can't.
Oh, well,
Sorry, Corey. I appreciate it.
well then I'll eat it then.
Justin says you guys are making me feel old. I remember football looking like this when I was little.
Nice.
Chloe says, did you or any of your parents go to this game? No.
Wide open.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, baby. Yeah.
Look at
Touchdown.
Saw
John.
My reaction.
all the sprinter stance there from the wide receivers. Still tripping me out over here.
Yeah,
I'm
did you
just
see
putting
that?
the mo-
that player? Like
The
he was
modern
like 10
players
yards
of the
behind
day
the
for the
scrimmage.
number.
Williams is breaking in front. Watch Preston try to come up and make the play, but he cannot.
I miss sports.
Hey, good tackle.
Of the season on only 16 receptions.
I can't believe it. 5'8", 155 pounds.
How many men on the field?
Frank Jordan, extra point. Hooked it.
Wait, did he make that? No, he missed
No,
it.
I was like,
How did he
did I
miss the
miss?
extra point?
The history of college football. Nope. All right, Jordan will kick off. He just
That's how you lose a
missed
game.
extra
You miss an
point
extra point in the first quarter.
6-0 USC, and it's not a very good kick. It fritters around down there and is picked up short and brought back to about the 31-yard. Pete Palace
Big hit.
is at fullback now. The ball is given to Vegas Ferguson from the 30. Second down 9 from the 31.
Gerard, what kind of defense we're running here?
Montana rolls it out.
I was just looking at that. 3 down and one
Sideline.
stand up outside linebacker. Looks like a tight front.
The messenger system apparently changed with the
I said
fullback
Joe Montana.
the carrying of the call from the sideline. Montana's pass is over the middle. Pass is incomplete.
That was some drop 8 right there.
Butler deep. Restic's kick is away. He's had 2 47-yarders. He put some frost on that when he hung it so high, forcing Butler to go for fair catch.
Notre Dame's offense hasn't been able to get anything going.
Line, they lead 6-0. Garcia wide left. White
USC's had a lot of motion, pre-snap motion.
Kane, the fullback. And Kane spins for 1. Freshman out of Cincinnati. Garcia goes wide.
Has there been a single penalty?
I don't think so.
It jumps so much that I'm trying to.
No, but they're kind of jumping around a little bit too. So I don't know.
But having 3 guys go in motion at once and like go from one formation to another is kind of cool. So John Robinson's the coach. It was his 3rd year
3-hour rule.
at SC, and he had on his staff were Norv Turner. You know, he went on to be the head coach for the Washington Redskins. Paul Hackett was on his staff, who ended up coaching USC, as you guys know.
Ooh,
Look at that, Montana.
that was a nice little stunt there. They just didn't get there in time.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And Bob Toledo, former UCLA head coach, was also on the staff. So that one's for Keely.
Hey. Dave says he saw an old ticket on StubHub, or he saw old ticket stub from this game on eBay. Face value was $10 for this game.
Wow, nice. Thanks for sharing that.
Oh, straight ahead kicker.
Oh
my God.
Okay.
Look at the turf.
Look at that.
Buckets. Buckets.
Alan on YouTube said it rained that day, so the field was obviously muddy and slippery.
Doesn't look like it's too muddy yet. It might be later in the game because you can tell by
Yeah,
the.
but look at the divot.
You mean the divots that are always at the Coliseum?
Yeah, you get
Ooh, nice.
It comes to White at the 10. 12 runs away from his.
Do you miss the days when the tailback was also running back the kicks? Like that was always a USC tradition, you know.
Oh, you mean like Stephen Carr being the kick returner last year?
Yeah, I like that. He wasn't the starter.
I misses those.
He started every game back there. He was the number 2 guy. He wasn't the primary guy.
Okay,
He's
it's
right
the end
back
of the
there.
first, people. 3-6, end of the first.
That
Oh,
was a quick quarter. The quarters also go faster when you're running the ball as much as they did in this game. Ooh.
spoiler: Charles White's good.
He also changes his number, right? He didn't win the Heisman at number 12, does he?
No, he does.
Oh, okay. I thought he wanted to change numbers.
I didn't think so. Maybe he changed before that, but the retired jersey's 12.
Oh, okay.
Garrett has 20. Garrett has 20. OJ 32. Marcus 33. Charles White came to one of our tailgates back in the Pete Carroll days. Yeah. I don't know where he is now.
Yep.
Does anyone out there know where Charles White is now?
Oh!
Look at that.
Oh,
That's pretty.
beautiful.
Kanai Malga.
Who's that score?
Go on the replay.
And nice. Switches on the other side.
Here it is. Watch Garcia run the
Icon still playing.
What sets up the success
Dan Garcia.
is that McDonald is
Oh,
looking
right before it
This is
says.
our first replay.
Gibbons loses the ball.
First one that they put in this YouTube
Right here. Watch him drop it.
amalgamation.
Right in the breadbasket. Touchdown.
Second touchdown.
Oh, that would not be a catch
Oh, I don't know.
in the NFL. Definitely
Go for
not.
two.
But, going for 2 here.
Well, no, not in that.
Mountain.
McDonald to throw it. Got Johnny Walker.
Oh, I thought that was a good play fake. I thought he handed it off.
Wow.
The grain didn't help with that fake.
Then he picked up Hunter coming across the end zone.
James Hunter with the 2-point conversion there.
12:56.
He had 10 catches for 94 yards on the season. I got the season stats pulled up. I couldn't find a numerical roster though.
Harrison.
So you're giving the extra color. You're the extra color man.
Yeah, you know.
The color.
Tomahawk had what? One more catch than last season?
Jeez.
Ooh, big hit.
Right about the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10. Notre Dame from the 23. Montana wants to throw it.
What?
Almost got it. Pass is thrown. The pass is incomplete.
Maybe I still get mad the same way.
Hard to see. Frame rates are dropping.
Montana to throw. He sends it over the middle.
This is like playing PUBG on a mobile phone.
Joe Resnick will punt. Raymond Butler deep.
That was 2 straight passes. It could have been picked off.
Yep. What would USC Twitter say?
Whoop! Whoop!
Dances around, gets out to the 37.
What's great, these are the same noises you make on the sideline during current games.
Look at the flanker out with his hand on the ground.
Ooh.
Welcome to an hour ago, Ryan.
That has to be a
Gun
running.
delay.
I'm trying to get this thing working. All the technical stuff. You guys are just having fun.
Yeah, I think I would have been a tailback in this era, just because you got to stand up instead of being down in the sprinter stance. He's wide open.
Ryan's on the roof right now.
Notre Dame's definitely playing the run because all these passes over the middle are wide open.
Williams in motion. Now he comes back this way. And McDonald gives it to Williams. The ball is
Uh-oh.
Trouble.
Ruh-roh.
Cameraman, too.
Trying to be fancy there. You see that? Try to motion one way, reverse the motion, and then run a reverse off of the motion.
USC Twitter would have been a blaze.
Oh, we got a penalty here.
Penalty.
They don't do
Or he might
Athletic
have,
ability.
or that's either a penalty, or he might have farted and just was trying to get rid of the smell.
Oh, dude.
Basically, people just got to stop running trick plays.
Yes, I'm running the roof.
2nd and 42.
Oh my God!
Oh my
He
god.
caught.
Oh my god.
2nd and 42, and
Did he
USC gives
catch
up
it?
the first down. They gave
Wow.
him the catch.
Some things never change.
I want to see the replay. He looked like a bobbleback.
Yeah, that's why I stopped already.
The football is sitting at the Southern California 25-yard line. Second down.
My 20 frames rate, my 20 frame rate here has made it look like he bobbled it.
Coley, our resident Irish fan, is excited by the development so far.
Oh, another ball almost picked off.
On 4th down and 4, Montana
Under pressure from McGrew. Delivers it to Heavens, but then
Kind of looked like they were trying to run screen passes, but I think this maybe before screen passes were really screen passes.
No, that was just a leak guy. That was pressure was coming. Throw it to the running back for a check down. Motion.
They didn't score after converting on 2nd and 42.
That was some pretty good pocket presence there by McDonald, avoiding the rush, but dangerous throw.
That play is working. That little pitch play is pretty nice. They're getting the edge.
I keep
Does
winning like
anyone
a
wear 12 on the team?
No, because Charles White won the Heisman in it.
I think Lynn Kane was actually a captain on the team. So, like, you had like a running back that was a captain, and it wasn't Marcus Allen. Just crazy, like how much talent this team had.
The fullback?
I think he played tailback too. But
No, I'm saying Kane was the fullback.
yeah, but I think he played both. But
Yeah.
maybe not. What did Charles White run for that year? Was he like 1,800 yards or something, I think?
Yeah, 374 attempts,
second quarter.
1,859 yards.
What'd you say, Keely?
I was just reading the little graphic.
Oh.
I love
Bob Golick was on this team too for Notre Dame.
Yeah, he had a tackle earlier.
I think he's under 55.
Oh!
Garcia and Williams have scored a touchdown for Southern Cal. Ball is given to Charles White. White runs in the middle.
Charles White averaged almost 29 carries a game this season.
Must have checked it off at the line of scrimmage. Took too much time. That'll cost them 5.
When's the last time USC had a running back have 29 carries in a game? Alan Bradford.
Protection's good. The pass thrown incomplete, intended for Rock-Johnny.
So you missed an extra point. Can you get a field goal?
Got enough leg.
Yep.
Look at that.
Straight down the middle. Buckets!
Cal builds the lead to 17.
Curtis from Moreno Valley says, yeah, I think this Montana character will be a backup at best.
He hasn't looked good in this game.
I want to find 1978 Keely and shotgun on the sideline.
Mark Watkins said that he sees my grandma filming on the sideline.
Good pass rush.
Maybe a bit lame himself.
It would be good to get like a little bit longer version of the game so you can, when they talk about each players and stuff,
Yeah.
you know.
Because they do grind them out in the baseball program. Out of the end zone,
Danger punt.
Oh, we're talking about the USC baseball program.
All the way back to his 46 to get it.
This was during the run when USC was winning national championships. I think this was during when they had 5 straight baseball championships.
First down for SC at the Notre Dame 38-yard line.
White seems like a pretty good player.
Whoa! Nope, not getting away from that.
Oh, a helmet.
McDonald will throw it. Pass is caught by Sweeney, and Sweeney dives.
Are there any uniform faux pas like black socks or anything? What would USC Twitter complain about?
What would Harvey Hyde say on his podcast?
Yes.
And White is caught. And now they move.
I just think it's so interesting how like loose fabric there is. That's not a thing anymore.
Oh, I missed that one.
This team takes some shots, man.
Well, I think that's because Notre Dame is really playing the run. There's been some big openings in the middle of that secondary.
Oops.
Oh,
That's not one of them. That's not one of them.
McDonald tried to force it, and this time he got burned.
Can't throw it in double coverage.
All right, it's first down for Notre Dame as Montana drops back to pass from his 22-yard line. Puts it up for grabs out of bounds.
Someone said it looks like I'm drinking a beer. I'm drinking a Diet Dr. Pepper Cherry. Delicious. An office favorite.
This must be right before the half. We're chucking deep balls here.
Hey, cheers, Ryan.
Cheers.
Oh, we got the first
Oh
down.
man.
I feel like this must be like right before halftime because there's 2 deep balls, run a draw, they pick up first down.
4th and 1.
Throwing deep balls with Ronnie Lott back there playing center field, I don't think that's a great idea for him.
Oops.
Oh.
Joe will learn this at practice in a few years in San Francisco.
To the open side of the field. This is one of those, I'll throw it as far as I can. You guys run as fast as you can, and we'll see what happens.
Picked off.
Interception by Dennis Smith.
Dennis Smith.
And
What, he played in the NFL for like 50 years? Like, yeah.
And the score at halftime, Southern Cal 17.
Oh, look at Los Angeles.
So we'll be back.
Look at that drone.
Just a little bit different around
Just a little bit.
the sports arena there.
Hey.
What happens here?
Sports arena looks a little bit different than the Bank of America or Bank of California part.
Harrison will let it go through the end zone. Joe Montana pitches the ball to Jerome Evans, and Evans starts the second half at the tailback position. 2nd down and 5, and there are 5 defensive backs in the lineup now.
I'd love to hear more from the boom, the audio on the sidelines. See how different that is.
Come up on the line as Montana turns, gives the ball to Ferguson. Hartwig runs into him. Vegas Ferguson dives for it, and I think he's got it.
Already focused on the right side.
And it's first down Irish at the 30.
Yeah, Notre Dame was the defending national champions this year, too. Both teams were ranked in the top 10. Notre Dame started off 0-2 and then won 8 straight. And USC had some crazy loss to Arizona State, but they beat Alabama on the road.
3rd and 8. Montana with good protection. Gets his pass off. Intended for Chris Haynes, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, so we'll try to do these when they're a little bit better quality broadcasts on when they're showing up on like Pac-12 Network or something. So we'll try to do some of those.
Irish punch one in here early in the second half. We've got a
I know
ball
this
game.
could be kind of fun.
You can also put your suggestions of what we should watch next in the comments.
Yeah, definitely do that. Let us know what you want to do. I mean, if you guys like these, I mean, these are kind of fun. And with no football, we could like all jump in and have some commentary and stuff. Literally, this was put together kind of last minute, so I'll you know, that's how we work.
targeting?
That's how we roll. Oh, Chris commented. What was that, Chris?
I said, was that a targeting?
I don't think they had targeting.
And Ferguson with one block gets down to the 12-yard line.
For any USC basketball fans, Zaire Williams just announced he's going to be making his commitment tomorrow. Number 6 player in the country that USC is in the mix for. We'll see if he chooses the Trojans.
Send it in the middle with Jerome Evans. It is 3rd down and a good 7 yards to go for the first down. Ball just about the 9. Montana to throw it. Throws it incomplete. By Joe
Montana has not looked very good this game.
For the only other score of the ball game, he hit this one dead solid square and drills it right on through. And so at 11:21 to go in the 3rd quarter, the score now, USC 17, Notre Dame 6.
Ali Wasango. Justin says, too bad you can't see the commercials. That will really freak you out. I want to see commercials.
A bunch of cigarette commercials.
Oh, yeah.
And Raymond Butler runs it out to the 32-yard line. First down. Well, let's see if full momentum's put on a white shirt here in the second half. Charles White carries. Linebacker for Notre Dame. Golick has not yet come back. 2nd down and 8 for Southern Cal. McDonald sets it up, swings it out to White. White gets a good block out there from Pat Howell and goes on up the field. 14 yards on that play. 17-6 ball game, and this time Brad Buddy moves before the snap count, and it'll cost SC 5. The defensive secondary for the Fighting Irish.
Might be a dumb question,
It is
but
first
are
down
there
and
actual
15.
flags
Southern
at this point?
California, football back at the 27-yard line.
Like physical flag.
Yes.
Yeah, they were
McDonald to Charles White.
blocking below the weight.
First feed out for the first down.
But I'm saying, is there a physical flag they're throwing?
Give it to Dwight Ford.
Yeah, dude, I think they're flags.
And Ford stumbling.
But we haven't seen
What
them.
else are they going to throw, Chris?
I have not seen them picking up anything or anything. I've seen penalties.
Then it's just because we have a shortened version of the game.
But he holds on to it. Galvin's caught
Good
for
catch.
70 yards in the ball game. Pitch to Charles White back in there. And Charles White now.
That's
with
actually a good
96
question.
yards.
Would you guys
Would that
wanna-
count as student body rate, or was that just?
Got it again.
Oh, that's a big hole.
Oh, big hole.
Let us know too. Put in the comments. Would you rather watch like an hour version of the game so you don't really get to see a lot of the in-between play stuff, or a full version, which would be more like a 2-hour thing with probably with the commercials edited out, but like the full game. So
Over the top.
let us know.
Woo!
Touchdown.
Charles White finally scored.
We would do the same little feet thing.
Keith, let's watch it again. Watch him go airborne. Charles White, watch him jump right here. He just goes airborne.
Takes off
right
from the
over
4.
Yeah, and lands like 3 yards in.
the secondary.
Wow. Frank Jordan to kick out of Marty.
Probably
King's
could
hole.
be a pretty good triple jump guy.
Look how big those sidelines are.
Look how far back
They are
the end zone.
Stands.
Third quarter. The scoreboard shows USC 24, Notre Dame.
They still had the track, right?
Here, probably
Yeah, the track was for sure.
somewhere, some furniture store.
So the
Wherever
fourth quarter has to be like popping for Notre Dame, right?
Jim Stone gets a chance.
Would it be what?
Like Notre Dame starts to like come alive. Thanks, Chris. In the
No,
fourth quarter,
this
right?
game's pretty much over. Like just USC runs away with it, or do they?
I saw the final score, Ryan.
There's no way USC could fall behind in this game. That would be crazy.
The mark, even in the 70s.
Have just had too much time on that play. As little has been talking about around this part of the country is the fact that they had stepped inside the 20 to the 19.
That was an interesting false start sign. Oh, that's what, the 4th one that Montana's almost thrown for a pick?
That was almost Ronnie Lotz.
Getting better protection this time. Chris Haynes out of a split back formation.
That was a good one thrown away from the defense.
First down for the Fighting Irish out at the 36-yard line. But they're just second down 7 from the 39. Montana to throw it. Throws it short. And it works for a big play. Dean Mack
Using the tight ends a lot.
at the 29, first down. Montana puts it up. Haynes has it. He's wrestled down. First man is Herb Ward at the number 45. Buchanan has it. And
Where's Ronnie Lott hit?
Yeah,
Holohan in motion.
he
He
stopped
looks
that.
so confused right now.
Give it inside the
Me?
pounds again.
Yeah.
I'm squinting, hoping that it'll get clear, but it obviously won't.
Oh, and it's almost picked off.
Another one almost picked. That's
Oh,
5.
another one.
Down by McDonald.
8 of
He's 8
25.
for 25. Goodness.
Another.
Joe looks for Haynes, throws, gets tripped, just short of the goal line. Montana tries to sneak it in, does not get there. Setback.
Do it
Montana
again.
sneaks again.
Still didn't get it.
Are
Oh,
you
fumble.
kidding?
Oh.
Ford has the ball.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Montana's not putting this one on his reel.
Montana
That
is-
should end
right
the
now.
game right there.
Montana's terrible. Oh my God. He'll
Gerard,
probably
this
never
is
amount to
also his
anything.
senior year. You are correct. This is
On the
his
throw
senior
out of
year.
the end zone and does to Kevin Williams.
Someone in the comments said this was his last game in an Irish uniform.
I'm on Rusty Brown, baby. I'm on Rusty Brown, baby.
Then came
Oh,
the fullback. He's up to the 16. Second down and 6. It's White.
Good sound.
Those noises.
USC backed up now.
Purdue crushed
Back
Indiana.
to the 11-yard line after that penalty. Second down, 11 for the Trojans. Charles White has it.
Counter. That's the first counter play they've run.
Brain himself in the first half. Clock is going now on first down as Southern California goes to the attack from the 32-yard line. McDonald gives it to Dwight Ford, and Ford runs it up to the 36. Back to the Trojans. Second
Nobody
down,
answered the question. When they pitched it out like that, student body left and right, or did they have to hand off like a regular sweep?
just about gone
Was
in
the
the
pitch
third
they
quarter.
considered student body left, student body right?
Charles White.
That's a good question. I don't
That was
know.
the student body right there.
He's got the first down. Gone through 45 minutes of
Oh,
football.
Charles White limping a little bit.
Southern
Clean
Cal.
guard.
He's gone for the day. It's first down, Southern California at the 47-yard line. Their own 47.
So 24-6 in the fourth quarter. This one has to be over, right? USC has the ball. Come on.
Throws it. Sideline. Got his man. Rock Ball is at the Fighting
McDonald
Irish
has
33.
definitely outplayed Montana for the first three quarters.
Charles White. Dancing on the sidelines. He stepped out at the 28-yard line. Terrific. And that's a pretty tough order on both counts.
Well, if Notre Dame comes back in this, which Brian is alluding to, it's like a USC Colorado game from 2018.
He's inside the Notre Dame 10-yard line. Ford is in at tailback.
Like every USC Colorado game, it seems like they're up.
Somebody's coming back in each game. This year it had to be USC.
For the 4-yard line. Second down, goal to go from the 4. White back in. He's got it.
Ooh, that's a big.
White goes out as a flanker. Sweeney to the left side flanker. McDonald stands up, throws to Sweeney, and it is broken up. Just beyond the 10. They might call it a 21.
Shotguns in the Matrix again.
Oh.
Oh,
Shankopotamus.
He
Missed it. Oh my gosh.
Whoops.
49ers.
tough angle, man. That's a tough angle.
Join us Monday
That's
night.
how you lose your scholarship.
Here's Montana.
Miss the extra point in the first quarter. The rivalry game. You got to step up.
Actually, there's a question. Did they still have 100 scholarships in 1978?
I
When
believe
did that
so.
actually happen where they went there and got scholarships?
Oh, no.
Wide open.
Wow.
Got hurt. Toast.
How about that?
Early,
Dennis Smith in cover 2?
early
That's a
fourth
cold
quarter.
one.
USC up
Looking like
24
Don
to 6.
Beebe out there.
And like first down inside the 10.
Montana hooks up with Chris Haynes, and
Crazy.
Haynes just outran Dennis Smith.
Let's see that sensational play again. Watch
Let's see,
Haynes
lead
go
play.
inside.
No, that's cover 2.
Ford
So
gets
23
the
gives him
ball,
the
but Smith took the wrong
to
angle.
Smith, and
He
Smith just takes a bad angle, man.
tried to go back, but
Was he? Maybe he was thinking that was a corner route right there. How he bent inside first.
outstanding pass
Maybe he guessed,
by Montana.
and then wasn't catching up with him.
he's mad.
They'll go for 2. Montana to throw it. Will kick off for Notre Dame.
33 seconds.
And he bangs it all the way to the goal line.
Very long drive there.
Yeah.
Plays 80 yards.
Oh, look out. First down, Southern Cal at the 28-yard line.
This Charles White guy's pretty good.
Fullback. Gain up to about the 40. That'll be a first down. And he's another freshman, a 250 pounder. All tackles are 250 pounds. They swing the ball out to Charles White. And White getting a big block from Pat Howell. And he double wide right. They give it to the fullback Kane, and he punches through for the first down at the right forward. And Ford gets it inside the Notre Dame 45 with the second down 5. And Charles White diving for the first down. He's third down in the yard. White again.
That's 31 carries for him.
And still a game to go against Hawaii.
To go with probably 5 or 6 catches, too.
On first down. Charles White again.
And they running.
He was hit.
What were the stoppage rules back then?
There's your flag, Chris. I just saw one toss. I saw one toss.
I didn't see anything.
No, he's looking for the laundry.
Well, they got Williams at tight end again. McDonald gives it to White.
Same play again. Flipping this time.
All right, it's third down, Southern California, at 16 yards to go. Paul McDonald puts it in the air, and the pass is...
Oh!
Kevin Williams, fourth down.
Come on, Amon. Gotta make that catch.
Pulls it up there, trying to kill it inside the 10. They got it.
Kevin Williams was 5'8", 155 pounds. Number 8.
Rule.
First down for Notre Dame at the 2-yard line. As Joe Montana stands up and throws out of the end zone and completes the pass to Chris
They
Haynes.
called it.
Holohan is wide right, Haynes left. Montana gives it on the
Draw.
and it works for the first down. Out of that. Montana to throw it. Looking for Haynes, can't find it. Goes to the short man. Makes target.
Hey, you're watching the game and not having the time and the down in the distance. You don't know
That's what I would say.
where they are.
And Haynes is wrestled down by
Another catch in front of Dennis Smith.
Montana back to the air again on first down. He throws for the sideline, and it's complete. And it's Haynes again. So Haynes
Really looking for that left side. 14-2 now.
Montana to throw it again.
He's getting better.
He looks for Holohan. He throws. The pass is grabbed by Matt Tech. Did he hang on to it? They're going to give him the reception at the Southern California 32-yard line. 31-yard line of Southern Cal. First down Irish. Montana throwing again. Just gets it away. Pass it incomplete.
Another one almost picked off. Early in the game, they had a bunch of stuff where he was opening up to his left side and having to spin before he could throw.
It went right in between.
They've made everything basically straight drop backs now.
Montana is sacked. Back at the 19. Time called at 4:29 to play in the game. 24-12. Southern California leads it. Notre Dame talking.
29 to 15.
I know, crazy,
Got to go
huh?
to the 3 for the first down. Need 16 for the first down. Montana going to run it up the middle.
Oh, look at pure athlete. Pure athlete right there.
Got his first down. First and goal to go
Was that
for the
4th and 16? He just ran for the first down, Joe Montana?
No clue.
I think it was.
Irish.
Oh, what the spinning.
And
Not getting in. Run the clock.
Montana.
Sneak.
Nope. At least not yet. No. Third and goal to go.
Sneak. Nope, he's standing up too much.
It's touchdown. Buchanan.
You can really tell when he's going to sneak because he really gets down low versus like that time he was standing up pretty straight.
To play in the ball game, you've got a ball game.
He had like 3 sneak attempts in this game from the 1, and he didn't get in any of them.
And there's the kick. It is good.
And fumbled one of them.
You've got
Yeah.
3:01 to play and 3 minutes.
But that
is
scramble,
not
I think
a
it was
very
4th
long
and 16 on that
time
play. That
against
scramble was pretty good.
California, which is basically a possession.
Classic USC defense.
Yeah. Keely, do we have any comments and stuff going on? Or
Oh, he kicked it
people
away.
were giving the request for our next watch party.
Put it down.
Okay.
The question is, can the Irish defense force Southern California to give up the ball? 24-19 ball game. McDonald sets
I was thinking about doing the 2005 Orange Bowl,
A lot of people requested that.
USC Oklahoma. There's like a 2-hour version on YouTube, like a 2-hour, 10-minute version. So I think that might be a good one to watch.
I've never seen it.
I'm down for just a random game in the middle of the season, a USC Arizona game. Just no clue what's going to happen. No one looking beforehand.
How about a game?
Oh,
How about
there's
not
another.
a USC game? Like, how about doing some Alabama games since you're going to play Alabama next year? Do some 2019 Alabama game.
Another game, another chance for McDonald right there. Could have kept the drive alive, but he throws it short.
Yeah.
Wide open guy.
Even like going back and watching some of the games from last year might be interesting. The hour versions.
throw.
Keely's done that once or twice.
It would be
I
kind of
watched
like
every game this season at least 3 times.
it would be kind of like the film session, but we do it on this, and we wouldn't go back and rewind to play every time.
Pressure.
Vegas stumbles out of bounds at a Montana sneaks
Neat.
and gets
First
it
down.
down as he punches
Only
hard.
wants to know where the football's different
Clock
back
starts
in this
with
era.
change in place. There it goes.
I don't know.
Yeah, they were different.
I
I
assume.
mean, they're-
Physical football?
He throws for Ferguson,
Ooh.
and Ferguson is knocked out of bounds at the Southern California.
I mean, he's
21
carving up
yard
this
line.
like whole bunch of all pros in the USC secondary, and
Dennis Smith actually has gotten picked on a good amount.
there's a flag for you, Chris.
There it is.
Get excited,
There it
Chris.
is.
There you go. Yeah.
First down.
I feel
It's a big flag, too.
12. Montana rolls it, throws it,
That's like a dish rag.
They like rolling him to his right.
He throws it short, mass tackle.
Wide open.
Down to the
Oh, wide open. Good play.
Goal to go at the Southern California 2-yard line. First and
Go.
goal at
48
the
seconds. Oh, we had some
touchdown
context.
can win it.
First and goal.
Montana stands up, throws, Holohan, touchdown.
Quick slant.
Who's that guy who ran on
No, this
the
dude on the.
What would USC Twitter be doing if you blew a 24-6 fourth quarter lead?
Penalty
A
flag.
flame.
Oh, imagine the P right now. The P would be
Oh my
going.
God.
Hopefully the Pete's going crazy right now in the comments if they're all watching this.
I didn't see the
Keith, what was the Notre Dame bench?
Well, they got a flag for that guy running off the sideline.
A 15-yard penalty on the kickoff, which means that Notre Dame will have to kick off from their own 25 yards.
Oh, that's a huge
Yeah, it's a
penalty,
big penalty,
too.
yeah. And they go for 2 here.
Montana looking for the pass. Throws it. No.
Rolling to his right again.
25.
Where's Dwight Clark at when you need him?
Rich Dimler, the nose guard, came out of that line of scrimmage and he chased the Irish.
Mark Watkins did say, wow, USC really blew this whole lead. Fire help.
Ramon said that McDonald suffered a rolled ankle late in the game and could barely stand at the end of the game.
Oh.
They don't want White to get it. He does not get it. It is picked up by Dululo. Fullback, and he comes back to the 30.
That was not a good return.
Open it up and try to go for the big one. Just get it down there where Jordan has a shot at it. Jordan's been into the heat before. He's a pretty good field goal kicker. McDonald sets up to throw it. He goes for the short man. Razzani gets a little confused.
So is the score tied right now?
No, they're
How much
down.
time is left right now?
USC's down 1, 30 seconds. The clock stops on a first down, just like now.
Whoop.
Oh.
Incomplete.
Good call by the ref there. Spike. That's an incomplete pass.
Williams in motion. McDonald gets his pass off.
Oh, nearly got him from behind.
Oh,
Big play over the middle. That's similar to the Michael Pittman versus Colorado play there, bringing it across the outside receiver.
12 seconds left.
12 seconds?
Trojans have one
this is
timeout.
mathematically impossible.
One. Here's the run by White.
Wait.
He's down
12 seconds, so you're going to run the ball, too.
37-yard field goal try out of Marty King's hole. Frank
This is the guy that's already missed a chip shot field goal and an extra point
Yes.
in the game.
It's long
Yeah, when
enough.
he kicks the right ahead pretty good.
And
You did it.
And they call a penalty.
seems like people are happy.
Who's these people?
The guys in the white, I think that's the Spirit Squad.
Oh,
Yeah.
I keep waiting for the spider cam, and I'm like, this is not a thing.
I just saw shotgun.
Is that AD hugging John Robinson there?
Wow.
Is there must be a timer. What's that?
No, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, I think it was.
We don't get final. They don't change out the graphic. It just says fourth quarter still.
Got some pride.
Oh
Oh, no,
no,
there.
Chris is right. Must be 2 seconds left.
Yeah, take it
Jordan
back,
goes on the
shotgun.
ground. Bob it around.
Oh.
Time's gone. Game's over. As soon as
What the?
the tackle is made.
The band is on the field.
There's shotgun.
Wrong team.
Ronnie Lott right in the middle of it.
I need to see Dan kind of hovering somewhere.
That's quite the sweater John Robinson's wearing.
I like it.
Trojans of Southern California and the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame as the Trojans win it on a 37-yard field goal with 6 seconds to play in the ball game by Frank Jordan. Montana heroic, particularly in the second half as he brought his team.
What do you think the post-game meal is?
to a 25-24
Chick-fil-A.
lead.
Probably
How
like
much is Shotgun taking?
ground beef and cigarettes. Probably it's like the.
No, this is a cigar type.
20 for 42.
358, 2 touchdowns.
Could have thrown 5 interceptions.
Of the place kick by Frank Jordan, and he nailed it. He knocked it almost to Santa Monica. And
Oh,
That's a good call.
USC 27.
those uniforms look very much the same.
25.
Yeah. Tradition, Shotgun.
Lift provided by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Travel arrangements made through and promotional fee paid by United Airlines. United built the largest
United
airline
Airlines.
in the free world.
That figures.
It's running the
This has been
kicker.
a presentation of ABC Sports, recognized around the world as the leader in sports television.
Eric Barlow asked, did Dan's post-game interview make the tape?
Oh, yeah. But I'm into analysis now, Ryan. Just kidding.
Yeah, no, that was cool. So this was, USC, like I said, they beat Alabama at Alabama earlier in the season, but they had also lost Arizona State. Alabama won the rest of their games. Alabama won the AP National Championship. USC won the Coaches National Championship. So the UPI or whatever. So they split the championship that year, but crazy run. They beat, I think, Washington and UCLA the weeks before this game, and it was a top 10 matchup. They blow that lead in the fourth quarter. It's like crazy. And then they come back and, like Shotgun said, the kicker who missed that extra point and missed the chip shot wins the game. So
Wow. Pretty
a
exciting.
little history. But I know there's some of the fans that like that stuff.
Craig said, thanks for showing this game. I was a student back then and was too hammered to remember what happened.
You were too hammered to remember that game. That's one of the
pretty
top.
hammered.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest wins in USA program history. It's kind of fun.
Crazy. I'm just proud that we got everyone in the same virtual room together.
Yeah. So just so people know, we were going to try to do this, and the software we use, I had to upgrade 5 minutes before this thing so we could get more than 2 people. I didn't know. So this cost me $200 to upgrade. But we'll be able to do more of these going forward. I mean, it's the quarantine. And like I said, today was supposed to be the USC Spring Showcase, and obviously that didn't happen. So this was probably more exciting than the Spring Showcase would have been. But it was fun. Any thoughts? We'll start with Chris. Chris, what was the overall take?
I mean, this is the first time I've watched a game that old. So it was just really weird to see all this different stuff, but also kind of similar stuff.
It's still college football. It would have been good to see the not cut up, because just what's going on between the plays, how different that would be too. So
Yeah, that's when you see a lot of the variance in games and stuff is what's going on, how are they kind of attacking the plays, and you'd see there's a lot more time obviously between plays here than some of the offenses that are run now when you're trying to look over the sideline, get a play, and get going pretty quickly. So it's much different when you watch old games. You're able to see the full thing, and also if you get to see the commercials, because commercials can be just very unique in themselves.
Yeah, you could just comment on seeing those. And for you think of that's student body right days, USC was still throwing the ball down the field a lot. Notre Dame was throwing the ball. I mean, they were still throwing the ball. It's not like this was 3 yards in a cloud of dust every play. I mean, they were hucking the ball all over the place.
Yeah, they had a combined 70 passing attempts in this game between Montana and McDonald, and threw for almost a combined a little bit over 600 yards, it looks like.
Yeah.
Charles White, though, 37 carries for 205 yards to go with 4 catches for 37 yards. So
nice. And Paul McDonald, longtime USC radio voice, he was the analyst along with Pete Arbogast, and his son Mike McDonald was a walk-on on the football team. I think he got in like his senior season. I think he got in and get to throw a pass or something. But a lot of legacy stuff there. What about you, Gerard? Any thoughts? You got some game on the background there. What are you watching? Is Gerard?
LSU Alabama from last year.
Okay.
Not a lot of thoughts, really. It's different. It's obviously you see the evolution of football and how it's changed in terms of the way they use positions and them lining up on the receivers in that sprinter stance is always interesting. What was thought behind that was probably, hey, in track, how do we have our fast guys line up? You get in a sprinter stance.
Yeah.
So that's why they were in that way. So it's obviously changed over the years. But Joe Montana, kind of interesting to watch him. He did struggle quite a bit. Seemed like USC kind of needed to defend him rolling to the right more because it was his strength. You could see the game. I was surprised at how mobile he was.
Yeah.
That was a big third down that he converted. And we always remember, Steve Young from the 49ers being super mobile and taking over for Joe Montana. But Joe Montana actually had some wheels. Western Pennsylvania, man. I think he went to what? Bethel High School or something like that?
I think so, yeah.
Or Berwick. So that was back in the days when you had Joe, I think it was Dan Marino, Joe Montana. You had a bunch of quarterbacks come out of that part of the country.
Yeah, Joe
and
Namath.
He was kind of like the first.
My elementary school, that's where Joe Namath went, in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. But, yeah, Jim.
It was like the quarterback cradle of the country.
Yeah, there's so many dudes from Western Pennsylvania, that area. Crazy. But, yeah, he was more mobile than I remember. I don't know. Keely, what did you think? Like, you probably haven't watched an old game like this either before.
I think this is the oldest game I've watched. I think. I'm not sure. But you forget how far the graphics have come along. I didn't realize how much I rely on just like the ticker and like how you track everything. So that was a little disorienting, but it was cool to see some history.
Yeah.
Where's the first down marker at? The yellow line on the field on the TV at all times.
Is there more important technological development for sports than the yellow first down mark? Like, without it, you are lost. Like, it's just very necessary.
Very true.
But cool.
I would just like the clock, though, just to know where we were in the quarter. Yeah, that was what bummed me out.
Yeah, I think it was. I forget the NCAA game I was watching, but like the first weekend of the tournament, it might have been like the '92 like Duke Kentucky game or it might have been that one. And they still didn't have. No, maybe it was before. They had the 3-point line. There was a game. I think it was in the 80s or something, and then they didn't have like the 3-point line yet, and I forget exactly which one I was watching, but they didn't put the clock up. You're like, what is going? Like, you just can't tell what's going on in the broadcast. You kind of have to guess. Like, even at the end of that game, we weren't sure. Like, oh, is that really the final, or is it like, no, there was still 6 seconds left or whatever when they were kicking the ball off.
Well, I think it'd probably be a little bit different too if we were listening to the full version with Keith Jackson. That's the broadcaster's job, is to tell you time and place. Yeah. So I figure like that those guys become that much more important in that type of situation versus needing that the second screen experience where you're on Twitter the entire time. You're probably paying a little bit more attention to what the broadcasters are saying and stuff at that time, at least.
Yeah,
more radio in that sense.
Well, what we can try to do next time, maybe we'll do that Orange Bowl, which is a little more modern of a game, from 2005, but it's also a little longer. I think the one I found on YouTube was like a little over 2 hours.
Ooh.
So that might be kind of aggressive, but what do you guys think the balance is? Like, I kind of want to see the in-between stuff,
People in the comments said that they would enjoy the full version. So I think having more context is better than choppy.
Okay, we can try that. And then I'm not really even sure if there's like a broadcast, if we could like stream it. There might be some rights issues or something, but I'll try to find out about that. But I think we're okay playing stuff that's already up on the YouTube. We're just, it's like we're playing their video that's already on there and we're putting it up on YouTube. So
commentary.
Yeah. Hopefully the Periscope, I think Periscope worked too. Hopefully people.
Yeah, I checked Periscope. Looked like it was working. So fun stuff. Coley White says his father says at the snack bar, a beer was $1, Coke was 50 cents, and a pack of smokes was 85 cents.
Ah.
There you go.
Smokes were cheaper than a Coke and a beer.
Yeah.
So crazy that they were just selling those in the stadium.
Just a quick little smoke.
Yeah, I wonder when. So USC stopped serving beer, like 2006 or something, or 2005, somewhere like the mid 2000s. But they must have had beer in the Coliseum for quite a while. I don't know when they started that, but I didn't know you could buy cigarettes in the Coliseum. That's interesting.
There you go.
Times have changed. All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap this up. I don't know. Hopefully you guys had some fun. We just try to do something different. I don't know. This is,
Quarantine.
it's quarantine stuff. Everyone, make sure you wash your hands. Got some hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
Don't break into my
Oh,
office
yeah.
to steal my hand sanitizer. Yeah, but everyone be safe. Oh, you guys wear masks?
Yeah, mine's not around right now, but I have a mask.
Yeah, and so if Keely doesn't want that dark chocolate, like chocolate, would you rather have the milk chocolate or dark chocolate from Coley?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. All right. Well, we thanks him for that. It was funny to have our Notre Dame
Yeah,
fan
thank you, Coley.
watching the old game. Sorry, it didn't turn out the way you thought, Coley. If you hadn't remembered the game, you're like, oh wow, Notre Dame came back, but no.
No.
Television
tomorrow, people.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the real Tunnel Vision Sunday night, 7 p.m. Make sure you check that out. We'll go live, Keely, Shotgun, and myself remotely. I don't know what we're going to talk about. I guess we can talk about this game, but probably send us whatever. We'll just talk about whatever. We'll take live calls and everything on that one too. So that should be fun. All right. Well,
we'll talk about Zaire Williams' announcement if
okay.
he has made his announcement by that time.
He's going to do that tomorrow.
That's what he says. So we'll see.
Right. Sweet. Okay. Well, that is Chris Trevino, Gerard Martinez, Shotgun Spratling, Keely Orr, and I'm Ryan Abraham. Thank you so much for watching this crazy new special edition of Tunnel Vision Watch Party. Woo! Hope you guys had fun, and we will talk to you next time.